In this video, we are going to talk about the gastrointestinal ligament and its important structures. Before we go through the gastrointestinal ligament, let's talk about the abdominal cavity covering, mesentery, and omentum. This is the image of transverse section of abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity is covered by peritoneum. We have two peritoneum. One is the parietal peritoneum, another one is the visceral peritoneum. Parietal peritoneum which cover the outer surface of the abdominal cavity, which mark in red. Visceral peritoneum which cover the all internal organ like liver, stomach, transverse colon, and this is the intestine. This all blue marking is the visceral peritoneum. In this image, we can see here double fold of peritoneum which start from liver to the stomach is lesser omentum. The double fold of peritoneum from the stomach into the transverse colon, this is called the greater omentum. So the greater peritoneum will go all down and cover the old intestine and come upward to meet the transverse colon. And this is the greater omentum. And the structure of peritoneum, double layer of peritoneum, which attached posteriorly, this is mesentery. Mesentery is double layer of peritoneum which help us to support to the posterior abdominal wall. And this is also a double fold peritoneum which attached to the posterior abdominal wall. So this is also a mesentery. So the space between the parietal peritoneum and the lesser omentum and the greater omentum, here we have a space. This space is called the greater sac, and the space between the posterior surface of the parietal peritoneum and the mesentery and the greater omentum and the lesser omentum, here this space is called the lesser omental sac. In between the greater and lesser omental sac, over here and here, we have a connection over this point, and this opening of greater omental sac to the lesser omental sac, this is called epiploic foramina. So whichever the structure that cover entirely with the peritoneum like this is intraperitoneal organ. So the liver is intraperitoneum, the stomach is intraperitoneum, and transverse colon is also intraperitoneum, and this most of the interstitial part is also the intraperitoneum. The retroperitoneal organ is some portion of this. Here we have retroperitoneal organ. So the some portion of the organ have covering of the peritoneum, and majority of the portion is not covered by the peritoneum. In this image, we can see that the retroperitoneal organ. Retroperitoneal organ, this some surface of the organ is covered by the peritoneum. The rest of the portion is not covered by the peritoneum. This is the retroperitoneal organ. Example of this is ascending colon and descending colon. Thus, as I already explained, intraperitoneal organs are which cover all surface by peritoneum. One of the example is jejunum. It is intestine. Mesentery is one which is a double fold of peritoneum which connect to the posterior abdominal wall. In the retroperitoneal space, we have several organs. In order to study, we have a mnemonic called Schacht-Becker. S means the suprarenal gland, which is seen above the kidney, and we also have aorta or the inferior vena cava, duodenum, especially the second to fourth part, pancreas, especially the head and neck and body, and not the tail, and it also covers the ureter, colon, especially the ascending and descending colon, kidney, esophagus, and rectum. This is my second video about gastrointestinal ligament. First, we see about the falciform ligament, which attach the liver to anterior abdominal wall. We can look at the image to get more clarification. In this image, we can see a falciform ligament here. This will connect liver to the anterior abdominal wall. The major structure associated with this ligament is ligamentum teres hepatis. This is formed from the fetal umbilical vein obliteration. As we see from the image, the ligamentum teres hepatis, which is the derivative of umbilical vein, and other content is the patent paraumbilical vein is also associated with the falciform ligament. They are derivative of ventral mesentery. So what is ventral mesentery? This is the ventral mesentery over here. These connect the internal organ or abdominal cavity organ to the anterior abdominal wall. Hepatoduodenal ligament is another ligament of GI which connects liver to the duodenum, which contain a structure called a portal triad, which consists of proper hepatic artery, portal vein, and common bile duct. If there is any bleeding in these arteries, we can do a Pringle maneuver, in which the ligament is compressed manually or do a vascular clamp in the omental foramen to control bleeding. Omental foramen, which connect the greater sac and lesser sac, which is the part of lesser omentum. In this image, we can see a hepatoduodenal ligament over here, which contains a portal triad, which is proper hepatic artery, common bile duct, and portal vein. If there is a rupture of proper hepatic artery, we can compress this area. This area is called the epiploic foramen or omental foramen. If we compress this area, we can prevent the leaking of blood from proper hepatic artery. Here is the image that shows hepatoduodenal ligament that connect the liver to the duodenum. In case of gastric hepatic ligament, which connect a liver to the lesser curvature of the stomach, it is also derived from the ventral mesentery. It contains some blood vessels, which is gastric vessels, which will divide the greater and lesser sac on the right. Here we have another ligament, which is a gastrosplenic ligament, which will separate the greater and lesser sac on left, which contain some artery called short gastric artery, left gastroepiploic vessel. This is a part of lesser omentum, which is the gastrohepatic ligament, and here we have it is a part of greater omentum. One thing we have to notice that gastrosplenic ligament is derivative of dorsal mesentery, and in case of the gastrohepatic ligament, it is derived from ventral mesentery. Gastrohepatic ligament is cut to access the lesser sac. Here we can see a hepatogastric ligament, and this one is a hepatoduodenal ligament. Together, this is the part of lesser omentum. Here we can see a gastrosplenic ligament, which connect the greater curvature of the stomach to the spleen. Here is a gastrophrenic ligament, and this is a gastrocolic ligament. Over here, this is a gastrocolic ligament. This is gastrophrenic ligament. Together, all this ligament is a part of greater omentum. Gastrocolic ligament which connect greater curvature of the stomach to the transverse colon, which contain gastroepiploic artery. Gastrocolic ligament is derived from dorsal mesentery, and it is also a part of greater omentum. In case of a splenorenal ligament, which connect the spleen to the left pararenal space, which contain the artery, splenic artery and vein, and the tail of the pancreas. Splenorenal ligament is a derivative of dorsal mesentery.